Today on our 2011 Kia Sorento, we'll be installing the CURT Trailer Hitch, part number C13073. Now here's what our hitch looks like installed on our vehicle. Now we'll go ahead and give you a couple measurements in helping you choose some accessories for your hitch, such as a ball mount, a bicycle rack, or a cargo carrier. From the center of our hitch pin hole to the outermost edge of our bumper is approximately 4.5 inches. From the top of the opening in the receiver to the ground is approximately 13.5 inches. Now let's go ahead and install our hitch. Now to begin with, I've already lowered the spare tire out of our way to give us a little bit more room. Now to begin with, let's go ahead and point out the locations that we're going to be using here on the driver's side. There'll be a total of 3 locations on this side. 2 of them have existing weld nuts that we'll need to clean out, as well as 1 hole that goes horizontal through the frame. We'll need to first go ahead and clean out these 2 weld nuts. To do this, we'll use a little spray lubricant and a nylon tube brush. The tube brush is part number 814092. Now that we've got our existing weld nuts cleaned out, now we're ready to go ahead and move over here to the passenger side. Now we're going to need to first lower down the exhaust by removing 3 exhaust hangers. To make things a little easier, it's a good idea to go ahead and put a little spray lubricant on them, or even some soapy water if you don't have any spray lubricant. Will make the rubber part slide off the metal hanger a little easier. Now that we have all 3 exhaust hangers removed, we can go ahead and remove the heat shield here. There's a total of 3 nuts and 1 screw that we'll need to take out. To remove these, a 10mm socket is required. Once we have the heat shield down, we need to go ahead and remove a section of it that would interfere with the hitch when it's bolted up on the passenger side here. To cut this off, we're going to go ahead and just use a cutoff wheel. Now that we have the exhaust heat shield trimmed, we're going to go ahead and reinstall it. Now you'll notice that we've cut off the section where the screw or the bolt used to go into place, so the only thing that we'll be reinstalling is the 3 nuts that hold it up in place. Now with the heat shield reinstalled, we can go ahead and work on cleaning out the 2 existing weld nuts on this side, as well as pointing out the 3rd location, which is this hole right here that goes through the frame horizontally. Now that the weld nuts are cleaned out, it's a good idea to go ahead and get an extra set of hands to help you raise the hitch up into place. Now the hardware we'll be using to mount our hitch, for the 4 existing weld nuts, we'll be using an M10 hex bolt, as well as a 7/16 conical tooth washer. When installing these, you want to make sure that the teeth are facing towards the hitch. Now for the 2 locations that go horizontally through the frame, we'll be using a 7/16 by 4.5 inch hex bolt, another 7/16 conical tooth washer, which will slide on over the bolt, and you will put the bolt from the inside of the vehicle towards the outside. So you go through the hitch, through the frame, and then on the outside of that we'll have a flange nut. Now once we have all the hardware installed, we can go ahead and tighten it down, and then we'll torque it to the manufacturer's specifications. Now that all the hardware has been torqued down, we can go ahead and reinstall the 3 exhaust hangers that we removed earlier. A quick tech tip, if you use a little more spray lubricant or soapy water on the rubber part again, they will slide back onto the metal hangers. Now that we have our 3 rubber exhaust hangers back up into place, that'll complete the installation of our CURT hitch, part number C13073 on our 2011 Kia Sorento.